I was mentioning that I was not going to probably be around for the remainder of the season because I got myself into some legal trouble.
Her son's baseball coach struck out again.
I just kept running into problems with drinking, alcohol, and my probation.
So you took $4,500 from her.
Was she the only victim on his roster?
How many other parents did you take money from? How many and how much?
Judge Judy.
Mr. McGinnis, what do you do for a living?
I'm a warehouse manager for a school supply company.
You get paid by the hour?
Yes, ma'am.
How much an hour?
Only $13.
How long have you worked for them?
This was my 4th year.
Where do you live? You live at home?
No, I have my own place.
How long were you plaintiff's son's baseball coach?
Last summer was my first season for him.
Summer is from when to when?
Approximately the end of May until middle of August.
And how many kids do you coach on the team?
It varies from about 15 to 18 typically.
In what month did you take $4,500 from Mrs. Gwaltney?
I believe it was about the middle of the season, June.
Well, does the baseball season start the beginning of May or the end of May?
The end of May.
So June would be the beginning of the season.
Yes, approximately.
So you took $4,500 from her sort of at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
And that was in one lump sum.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I want you to tell me, Mr. McGinnis, a story that I'm going to believe as to the conversation that you had with the plaintiff when you took the $4,500 from her.
Okay.
Don't look there.
It started, typically Mrs. Gwaltney was
I don't want to hear
first.
typically. I want to hear the conversation that you had with her when you took the $4,500.
It was before a game, and I was mentioning that
Before a game?
Before a game, yes. And I was mentioning that I was not going to probably be around for the remainder of the season, and she had asked why, and it is because I got myself into some legal trouble, and my only options were to go to Bellingham, which is where I originally had gotten in trouble for a DUI that had gotten amended to a reckless driving, and serve time up to 30 days of jail alternative or jail, or pay the amount that I needed to pay. And so those were my only 2 options.
Okay, so you told her at the beginning of the year, when you first met her, that you had a DUI and that you may not be around to continue coaching unless you got some financial help.
Yes, ma'am. And at that point, we had not talked about specifics or she helping me out or anything like that.
We're not talking about specifics. You said you needed help or else you were going to have to go to jail, so you wouldn't be around to coach the team anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And what did the plaintiff do for you?
That evening and that next day, she texted me and offered that she and her husband could help.
She and her husband could help. How?
Financially, with giving me that money as a gift.
She and her husband could help by giving you money as a gift. I would like to see where she said that she would give you that money as a gift. That's a text that I would like to see.
I don't have any text records. I don't have the same phone or the same coverage I had before.
Well, Mr. McGinnis, you see, the thing is you have to keep your story straight. There's something, you look like a young man who has held a job for 4 years, which is to your credit, got yourself into legal trouble, got somebody to help bail you out of that legal trouble. And this is all at a relatively young age, so I'm going to give you some advice. If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory.